Peace Flags is about unity for all. It's about oneness. I feel that art and music are the universal language and speaks to everybody. So as an artist and as an art educator in the public schools, how could I use art as a tool to show that we are all different? Because everybody looks at a painting differently and perceives it differently, or even the end of a movie differently. So what is your symbol for peace? What makes you happy? What makes you unique? We're from originally from New York City, now live in Miami, and the project started at Rubendare Middle School, and now I'm at Pinecrest Preparatory Middle High, which is a charter school. So being in the classroom, I was in a Title I school, so there was a lot of bullying, a lot of kids were struggling. They wanted the shoes, but then they didn't have food. They wanted, to have all these luxuries and weren't thinking about like the core of themselves. They just wanted to be something that they felt would make them accepted. So I just wanted to stop and say, what makes you happy? Let's not make it a material thing. Give me a list of 20 things. And everybody kind of had the similar things. They had water, animals, family, friends, and it stemmed from there. And 20 things that make you happy, and then I gave them 5 pieces of fabric and do you care that this person took yellow or blue or green or red and all represent Earth's elements? There was this unity as one as it is, because I gave everybody the same choices. And then they all respected each other. And then I said, this has to go and travel beyond my classroom because it was transformative.
We're just traveling around the country, spread our message of peace, and try to bring people together, because that's something that pretty much all of us feel like we're missing. It's that love, that connection that people used to have.
We've went into like many different communities. We went to socioeconomically challenged communities. We worked with people with disabilities of all sorts. We went to a Vietnamese monastery and stayed with monks during this trip. And now we're here in Meridian, Mississippi. So it's been an extreme variety. And even though those are just from different places and different cultures around the world, it's been the same. It's just like an openness.
And every time we meet new people, like the Vietnamese community, the monks, the singers, the dancers, it's just we become such close friends trying to making peace with each other, just so they know that they're not there's not always gonna be someone antagonizing them, always gonna be someone making fun of them. There's always gonna be those group of people that always love them.
We're traveling around with a 15-passenger van with a U-Haul that's attached with all of the art installations. And we go from city to city doing workshops at civil rights themed events like we are here at the National Civil Conference, which we were asked after we installed at the Rosa Parks Museum.
It's an amazing experience. We went to Montgomery for 5 days, but this has been just so much more. Like Montgomery, we were just in one museum, and here we went to Atlanta, Georgia. We got a proclamation. Then we spent a day with monks and slept there in the monastery. And then now we're here, and then we're going to Orlando. Like I think it's just a rush. Like it's an adventure. Like, oh no, we're just only going to spend the night here for like 2 days. So it's like a rush. It's crazy.
I love it. And we've slept on the floor. We've slept, we've cooked in the rooms. It's been fascinating. It was a good experience. It was super fun. We played soccer with the monks, we didn't even understand them, but we were playing, popping jokes and everything. They even had me in a robe. I dressed in a robe, and I had to deliver flowers to the J Buddha.
The students around me right now, the amazing visual artists around me, they've seen that this is not just a piece of fabric or a marker. There's somebody's story, there's somebody's history behind that. And you may have anger and judgment and racism towards somebody, but look at that flag and say, it is beautiful. It's beautiful, and then in turn you are bringing a positive energy towards where you are racist. Or judging a piece of art, it's just a scrabble, and then it would be somebody who was blind. And you're sitting there going, oh, that's ugly, they disrespected that flag, they just didn't care. And then you're like, how am I doing? You're doing great, and we encourage them through their disabilities.
I think the best memory was when these autistic kids came up to us. We were at the Martin Luther King Museum in Atlanta. And, they were mute. We couldn't connect to them, and the fact that our art and the things that we were doing helped break that barrier of them being mute, and allowing me or any of us to connect with them was something pretty amazing.
It was so overwhelming to see how someone was just drawing and not being able to, he was picking his colors and stuff, but he couldn't talk about it. He just like doodled on it, and that was like his sign of peace. This is what brings me peace. These colors resemble something, and I think the fabric and just a Sharpie, it's just crazy how just two little things could, express yourself. My first peace flag was just a peace sign, and now I have a lot to write on a peace flag. So, but through there, I think after people do the peace flag, I think they say, man, I should have wrote that, man, I should have added that. But even if it's a negative thought, even if you're saying, oh my God, like at the time that when I did a peace flag, my life was just bad. So I had really nothing good to say. So I just sort of did the peace sign. I just drew a peace sign and that's it. But now I could just, just doodle all over the thing, front and back. And then it goes around everywhere. Like it's now in Mississippi and it started in Miami. So it's overwhelming.
Healing through art and music and performance is really what the core of Peace Flags in the Wind is. And it branched out into individual projects that Peace Flags in the Wind is always the core and the center, but which do each of these kids have been affected by in their lives that was deemed negative, and how we could take that negative and make it a positive and see a blessing in the lesson, hence a blessing.
This is a photography series that I did in Montgomery, Alabama. It's called The Escape, and I'm that type of person that I need to express myself. And I think that's a problem now because you're scared if someone's gonna judge you. So I did this like on the fingers and stuff. You could see like paint and stuff. So I just wanted to show the artsy side of it, like people having to express themselves. The escape, like I'm trying to get out of people wanting to judge me. I'm trying to get out of people wanting to, put me down, all the negativity and stuff. People just think it's scary, but I'm a very dark person. Like I like the horror and stuff like that, but I wanted to tie that in, the expressing and how the schools and stuff want to take off the art department, and I think that would be a big devastation and horrific. So I sort of like tied it all in as one. This is a series in progress. This is just 3 pictures, and there's gonna probably be a big installation for it. So to be continued with The Escape.
I don't think you can get any vastly different personalities in a van, and it's still oneness because we all have one common goal, and that is to install art to try to inspire the community. The art world is very like, okay, we're here and you're there. Now it's like, come draw on this door. Come join this exhibit. And I'm not an artist, but now you're part of a traveling art installation that's going to travel the world and go to Haiti with COIF in August, so all these flags are going to travel there.
We are on a peace mission. Yeah, it sounds kind of weird because a lot of people say that peace won't be something that would exist, that it's just like something in your head.
In my freshman year of high school, I told Mr. Vasile that who cares about peace? I hated it. I hated his program. I was an F student, but Mr. Vasile and the whole group, they were really good to me. It was a fun group of people, that helped me get off and actually travel along. And my dream one day is to have peace all over the world.
So my sort of thing is, how many bombs will it take to make peace? That's sort of like my quote and my thing towards people that have to say something about, oh, peace is not, it's not going to exist, it's not going to happen. In my case, I think that one day we'll all be as one. That's my dream.